Another piece to the puzzle, I guess, of your roster. What is it about Macy that, I guess attracted you to her and wanted to get her back?
I think first and foremost her performances previously in this league. I think she was a huge asset clearly to go on and break records to go to the US. But I think also like her ability on the ball massively stands out. I think she's creative, she can score, she can give assists. So yeah, it was just another jigsaw piece, I think, to really add to the dynamic. And I also think in the way that we're going to play, it gives us a little bit of flexibility too. And I think what we've tried to do is sign players that can play across multiple positions. And I think she definitely adds to that.
Was there any trepidation on her part when you were chatting to her about this potentially being seen as a backward step? She's gone overseas, Now she's back where she was?
No, absolutely not. I think the call I had with her that was quite a while ago, just very much about wanting to be back at her best, happy. Again, she's talked about a familiarity and wanting to, push forward as a player. So, yeah, I don't think, and that stands out to me. I think you can think about an ego, right, when you leave, and there's a lot of talk about that, and then it's seen as a backward step. But I think that's actually what stood out to me. She just wants to be happy and play football, and I get the sense from Macy, she just loves the ball. A funny story, actually, when I first moved back to New Zealand, we're down in Christchurch. My little boy's at a local club. And Macy, I seen her, she didn't see me, but, is just kicking a ball against a goal repeatedly in her off-season. So I think we've got a player that just loves the game. And I think when you've got that, you've got passion, you've got hard work and all the things that go with that. So that's exciting.
She's going to wear the number 8, and I know this is only arbitrary, but I mean, what's her best use in your system? Is she kind of an 8? Yeah,
I think like an attacking midfield role, I think her creativity can be best used there, but I think depending on other players and availability and maybe the opposition, I think she can play like in lower down and higher, but I think higher probably is her best position for us.
And you look at the roster now, and you've still got an import spot left. It's a really, really impressive looking group of players. How optimistic do you feel? Now you've got them on the grass as well, I mean, albeit only for a week or so. How optimistic do you feel?
Yeah, really optimistic. I think the biggest thing, to be honest with you, that stood out is we've got some great human beings in the building. Straight away, like super, super humble visa players, which I think are hard to come by. And then you go and look on the football pitch. We had our 3rd session today, and yeah, it's just got this feeling about it. So I think for me, over the last couple of days, we've done a lot of work culturally. We've set the vision, where we want to head, and I've just got to keep every day the standards going higher and higher and not get too carried away. But I think great human beings, the dynamic and culture of the team has stood out, and then the football, for sure, we've signed some really good players.
Are you able to confirm ALeague doesn't want to come back? What can you tell us there?
Yeah, I think, I had a really good conversation with Flea. The door was half open still at that point, and I think for her in her life and moving forward and to where she wants to be and balancing, she works for New Zealand Football as well. So, but listen, I've got no doubt she'll be up here. She'll want to get some training in. She's going to miss it, right? It's a huge career moment when you make that decision. It's very, very difficult. I got to catch up with her when she was up here as well. But yeah, I think that door is shut now for her in professional football.
Is Macy an ideal replacement in that way, just because of her creativity and skills?
Yeah, I mean, you could say that. I think, there's definitely some similar attributes there to both of them. Obviously, Macy's a lot younger, and I think with that you get a high ceiling. And I think the 3 years, we can really progress Macy as to be what she can be over that time, whereas Flea probably brought that experience. But yes, I think in a football sense, there's some similarities there.
So how many more signings are you likely to make? Just one more?
Yeah, we've got one visa spot left, and, for us, I think just making sure we get the right person in the building for that without rushing it. We've got right the way through. I'm really comfortable with where the team's at. Of course, I want to add to that, but at the same time, we want to go about our business and do the right thing. And so far, that player, we've had a couple, but it hasn't crossed that line yet. And so for us, we'll wait and just keep progressing with the team that we've got.
When's the deadline for when you can?
It's a great question. You can tell I'm new to the ALeague, but I do think it's December.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've got a player walking around in a moon boot out there, Tiana. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think Tiana, you know, it's not an injury that she'll be back to start the season with, but, you know, we're doing everything we can to get her back, and it's difficult, right? Day one of training, I can see, you know, in her eyes that's difficult. So yeah, it'll take a bit of time to get her back, but it's not a season-ending injury, and we will see her in the season.
And you've got a draw now, buying the first round, but the first game, home doubleheader as part of the New Zealand derby. How does it feel to be part of, you know, what will be a pretty big day for football, because there's a lot of people excited about your team?
Yeah, I'm really excited actually. I think the bye actually has worked in our favour. We'll have hopefully a lot of players away, international, big tour to come back and have that bye, just to, I guess, let people rest, recover and build into that first game. I think the first game is going to be unbelievable. I'm actually excited for the derby as well. I haven't experienced that. But yeah, I think it'll be a great occasion for the club. The club have done unbelievable things in the off-season, and I think that can be a moment where not only Wellington, you know, I think because we are the only women's team in this country as it stands, the country can get behind the team, and I think it could be a great occasion to pack out the stadium.
And you've got an internal as part of the open day, but are there plans for a pre-season game against?
Yes. Yeah, so we're actually heading to Sydney for a pre-season tour in October, and we'll play 2 A-League fixtures there. One of them could be open, so we're just firming up them details, but we've got some boys fixtures and things as we go. We'll end up with about 6-7 games before the season kicks off.